You know that 3 a.m. panic about bills? About whether there's going to be enough? Jesus already thought about that. He literally taught us to pray for daily bread because he knew we'd worry. Let's talk about why trusting him daily beats our anxiety every time. Hey, Lynette. So, divine provision, our topic today. It's one of those big, beautiful ideas, but I sometimes wonder how it connects to my actual daily life. Like, does it apply to bills or just, grand spiritual moments? I sometimes struggle to see the connection, truly.
That's exactly it, Greg. It's all connected. Divine provision is about God's consistent, faithful hand in every single aspect of our lives. It's recognizing his gifts in our daily bread, our jobs, our health, even just the small unexpected kindnesses. It's his promise to meet our genuine needs, not just our wants.
Okay, so it's super practical. But if he's providing, why do I still feel this intense pressure to make everything happen myself? My brain goes straight to, I need to fix this, or I need to earn that. It's a constant struggle to just let go and, trust.
That struggle is so real, isn't it? We're conditioned for self-reliance. But divine provision isn't about passivity. It's about partnering with God. It's working hard, absolutely, but knowing the ultimate source of your provision, your strength, even your ingenuity is always him. His faithfulness is the foundation.
So when we talk about this like divine provision, what are some of the historical, biblical examples that come to mind? Because I think for me, seeing it in action in scripture kind of helps anchor it for my own life.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. There are so many powerful examples. Immediately, I think of the Israelites in the wilderness with the manna. They had to collect it fresh every day, a daily provision. Or Elijah being fed by ravens during the drought. Like ravens. It just shows God's creativity and how he provides. And of course, Jesus feeding the 5,000 with a few loaves and fish. Unbelievable. He really, really cares.
Wow. Yeah, the Ravens one is always like amazing to me. But it also highlights the daily aspect you mentioned, not a month's supply, but just enough for today. That's kind of terrifying though, isn't it? To only have enough for right now?
It can feel that way, right? But that's where the trust comes in. Jesus himself told us not to worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. He also spoke about the lilies of the field. They don't toil or spin, yet God clothes them. He uses that to say, how much more will he clothe you? It's a profound comfort, actually.
That's beautiful. But okay, why is it so hard for us to live by that? To not worry about tomorrow? I mean, I know those verses and I still worry. My brain just automatically jumps to what if? What if the manna doesn't show up tomorrow? What then?
It's because I think we're so wired for control, Greg. We want certainty. Our human nature, it craves security that we can see and touch. And when we've had past disappointments, maybe things didn't work out the way we hoped, that just like compounds the anxiety. It's a deeply rooted fear of lack or even just, being let down. We forget how faithful he's been.
Yeah, that's true. The what if factor is huge. And it's not just about like big financial things, right? It could be provision for relationships or even just like wisdom for a tough decision. It's that feeling of not having enough for whatever you need in that moment.
Exactly. It's holistic. And I think part of the struggle, too, is mistaking our wants for our needs. God promises to provide our needs, but sometimes we elevate our desires to the level of necessities. And then when those aren't met, we feel like God's failed us. It's a critical distinction to make. Do you know what I mean? What do we truly need?
Okay, so knowing it's hard, what are some practical steps we can take to actually cultivate this trust? Like, how do I shift from anxiety to like a genuine reliance on God for my daily needs? I want to do that.
Great question, Greg. First thing I'd say is prayer. Just like simply laying out your needs and anxieties before God, acknowledging that you can't do it alone. Second, practice gratitude. Consciously thank Him for what He has provided, even the small things. It shifts your perspective, you know?
Gratitude. Yeah, that makes sense. It helps you see all the times he has shown up. But sometimes it feels like I'm just telling myself something rather than genuinely believing it. How do you get past that surface level gratitude?
Well, that brings us to the third point. Remember His character. Remind yourself constantly of who God is: faithful, loving, all powerful. Go back to those biblical stories we talked about. And finally, take a step of faith. Sometimes trust grows when you actually act on it. Even if it's a small step, do something that requires you to lean on Him, even just a little more. You'll see Him show up, Greg. You really will.
You mentioned the distinction between needs and wants earlier, and that really stuck with me. How do we discern that in our lives? Because like in our modern world, the lines can get really blurry, you know? What's a need versus what's just, a strong preference?
Oh, that's such a tough one, Greg, because culture really blurs those lines. I think a good starting point is the daily bread concept. What do you truly need for sustenance, for shelter, for basic well being, and to fulfill your purpose? Anything beyond that, while not necessarily bad, starts to lean into the want category. It takes honest self reflection, like really looking at your motivations.
So it's almost like a spiritual inventory, asking myself, is this truly essential or is this just something I've convinced myself I need because everyone else has it or because I just kind of desire it? That takes a lot of humility, I think.
It absolutely does. And it's not about denying ourselves every pleasure or comfort. It's about aligning our desires with God's heart. When we trust Him with our needs, sometimes He surprises us with wants too. But the foundational promise is for needs. When we get that right, the pressure just evaporates because our peace isn't tied to our possessions or our status. It's tied to His faithfulness.
So what does it really look like to live in this space of trusting God's daily provision? Like what's the ultimate outcome or feeling you get from truly leaning into this?
The ultimate outcome, Greg, is peace. It's a deep, abiding peace that transcends circumstances. It means you can face uncertainty, like knowing you're not alone. You have this profound sense of security because your security isn't in your bank account or your job. It's in the unchanging character of God. It's freedom from anxiety, truly.
Freedom from anxiety. That sounds like a dream for so many people, myself included sometimes. I mean, to truly believe that God's got it no matter what happens tomorrow. That's a whole different level of living.
It absolutely is. And it's an invitation, an invitation to walk in a way that glorifies Him. When people see that peace in us, even amidst difficulties, they start to wonder what's different about them. And that's when we get to share about this amazing God who provides. It's a beautiful testimony. It really, really is. It's life changing.
So, Lynette, what a profound discussion we've had on divine provision. From understanding its connection to daily life, through biblical examples, and discerning needs versus wants, to ultimately finding that incredible peace.
Absolutely, Greg. We've really seen that God's faithful hand is in every aspect of our lives, promising to meet our genuine needs, not just our wants. It's about cultivating trust through prayer, gratitude, remembering His character, and taking steps of faith to truly experience His peace.
That peace is truly the real takeaway. And to all of our listeners, we sincerely thank you for joining us today for this deep dive into God's incredible provision.
Indeed, we encourage you to carry these truths into your week. And remember, this is just one part of our larger series here.
That's right. You can continue to explore more with us in our ongoing series, The Same Jesus, as we uncover even more life-changing truths. We look forward to having